Political dissent in Russia, President Biden signs a slew of orders, and Illinois expedites vaccination efforts. Good morning, Aurora. My name is Vedant Ganesh, and you're listening to WEED, giving you the highest quality of current events. This broadcast is sponsored by Antonio's Trattoria. It's all about family. In international news, allies of jailed Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny, who faces years in prison, are calling for new protests next weekend to demand his release, following a wave of demonstrations that turned out tens of thousands across the country in a defiant challenge to President Vladimir Putin. Mass rallies took place Saturday in over 100 cities in what observers said was the largest outpouring of anger in years, and Navalny's supporters urged protesters to keep up the pressure. Over 3,700 people were detained. Democracy falters in Uganda as a judge ruled on Monday that security forces cannot detain presidential challenger Bobi Wine inside his home, rebuking authorities for holding the candidate under house arrest following a disputed election. Wine, whose real name is Kyagulanyi Sentamu, has been unable to leave his home since January 14th, when Ugandans voted in an election in which the singer turned politician was the main challenger to President Yoweri Museveni. Heading over to Capitol Hill, President Joe Biden is set to sign an executive order to repeal a Trump-era ban on most transgender Americans from joining the military when he meets with Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin. President Trump's ban has been rebuked by the Democrat-led House of Representatives and condemned by LGBTQ activists as discriminatory. Some million-dollar news in Michigan: only one person in the entire country picked all the winning numbers for the Mega Millions jackpot, so unlike in other drawings, they won't have to split the prize. The odds for winning were 1 in 302.5 million. It's the third largest lotto jackpot in U.S. history, and the winner, who purchased a ticket at a Kroger grocery store, has the choice of whether to split that up into 30 annual installations or to take an upfront cash payment of $776 million minus a couple of $100 million for taxes. Zooming into Springfield, Illinois will move to the next phase of COVID-19 vaccinations on Monday. Governor J.B. Pritzker says that the Phase 1A, which covers healthcare workers, is mostly over. Vaccination Phase 1B covers several new groups and is substantially larger than its predecessor. Illinois has expanded about 60% of its vaccine enrollment outside of Chicago and has had over 1 million COVID-19 cases. Education on the line in Chicago. Chicago public school teachers and staff were set to return to in-person learning on Monday, but over the weekend, the Chicago Teachers Union voted to continue remote learning. In-person learning has been taking place for pre-K and special ed students since January 11th. K through 8th grade students are scheduled to return on February 1st. Which quarterback makes his return to the Super Bowl? That answer and more after this word from our sponsor. Where can you find exotic surroundings, fine dining, and a taste of Italy? Tucked away in downtown London, Antonio's Trattoria serves up food just like Mama used to make. Antonio's has fresh seafood, homemade pasta, and signature dishes sure to please, bringing you back for more. Reserve your table ahead of time, or just show up for their all-you-can-eat buffet night. At Antonio's, it's all about family. Heading over to the WEED sports desk for Tom Brady, another trip to the Super Bowl, but this time in a Tampa Bay uniform. And for his new team, the Buccaneers, a first-of-its-kind home game, but without the usual home field advantage. Because of restrictions in place due to COVID-19, Tampa Bay's home stadium will only be about a quarter full when the Buccaneers host the Kansas City Chiefs on the Super Bowl. Passing the ball to the NFL scoreboard, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers destroyed the Green Bay Packers with winning 31-26, and the Kansas City Chiefs showed the Buffalo Bills who was boss, winning 38-24. Turning our eyes to the sky, tomorrow is chilly with a high of 29 and a low of 21. Get your shovels out because it's going to be snowing over the weekend with a collective high of 33 and a low of 26. And things get slightly better on Wednesday with a high of 36 and a low of 30. I'm Vedant Ganesh, and you're listening to WEED. Thank you for tuning in to this hour's latest news, sports, and weather. This broadcast is brought to you by Antonio's Trattoria. It's all about family. Thank you for listening. Stay warm, stay safe, and have a wonderful weekend.